No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Mr. O'Sullivan, I don't think that, like the previous speakers, your apology is really genuine. Because after you left here, you went to media houses and said you'll only come back here if we stop calling you a sellout, a thug, a spy, and all manner of things. And that was after you left, where you had an opportunity to self-reflect. You didn't do that. And I don't blame you. It is in the nature of who you are, a typical white male who feels is superior than the rest of us. And you displayed it here the same way you displayed it every day, the same way your subjects and targets for investigations in their majority were black males in the senior positions, because we have no regard for black people. And you looked at us here and said, no, none of these people is going to tell me anything. And that's what makes the allegations that we wanted to overthrow the state more legitimate. Because what you did that day was to overthrow the legitimacy of Parliament. You were eroding the authority of Parliament. And had we not taken a firm stand, this Parliament was going to be rendered useless and toothless because of you. And if this Parliament is not going to act on you so that no molecule after you comes to repeat what you did, no one must ever, ever come to this Parliament and behave the way you behaved. And we can only do that if we act on you and act on a white male who behaves like he's untouchable. Then everybody else will know that that Parliament will bite you if you go there and undermine it. And with those few remarks, Chair, the EFF reject your apology. It's not an apology. It's an afterthought of a racist that wanted to undermine the authority of a democratic institution called Parliament. And you wanted to erode its authority, and you successfully failed. Because we'll never allow that. We're not going to allow that the white males must continue to do what they've been doing previously during apartheid government. You displayed white arrogance, white supremacy, and we watched it in action. And you need to know that which you did reflects exactly what happened at Flag Plus. And you confuse this Parliament to be like a Flag Plus, as if you didn't go is in charge and we are subjects and arrested in that farm. We're not in a farm here. We're elected by our people. Whether you like it or not, you have an obligation to respect the will of the people, because this Parliament is the will of the people. So you must find it in you that the new South Africa does not have a room for that kind of behavior of white males who are racist in nature. Thanks, Chair.
Do you have any comment on that statement?
None whatsoever, Chairman.
Okay.
I'm not going to dignify that statement with a comment.
Point of... Again, Chair, we don't need anything that, this arrogance again is saying is not going to dignify what? What are you not going to dignify here?
No. Call a white racist.
No, we are racist, yes.
No, wait, Honorable Skosan. Wait.
No, but he must retract that, Chair. What he said to the honorable members?
No, wait. What do you mean when you say you are not going to dignify? You mean that the statement that the honorable member has made is undignified?
Absolutely undignified, Chairman.
What moral basis do you use to determine that the statement is repugnant?
I totally disagree with being called a white racist.
Yeah.
Apartheid.
Is it difficult for you to say, I disagree with your statement, and to say, I can't dignify that statement?
Okay, I disagree with that statement, Chairman.
Okay. Honorable Bangazita. 5 minutes.
I think you forgot to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Tsie. 2-3 issues from me. Mr. O'Sullivan, you say in your letter you were gravely in pain and you had to leave on that day?
I'm in a lot of pain right now, Chair. And you know what I have
No,
requested?
I'm asking about that.
Yes, I've requested that my medical condition be kept confidential, but I was in a lot of pain then, and I'm in a lot of pain now.
Yes, that's why we have kept it confidential and that's why we only
Thank
use pain. So, but when you left here, you said you are catching a flight.
Correct, Chairman.
So this is a contradiction of what you said. We have a video of you leaving the house. Remember, there's cameras all over the chambers.
It was both. It was both the pain and the fact that I had a flight. And we can go into detail and we'll be here for another.
No, but why is the flight matter not properly covered in the letter of apology?
I disagree that it's not properly covered. Oh, dear. I'll read what it says here. Matter of timing. This is on page 5 of the letter. Following on from the above, I place below the following extracts of the transcription of the discussions at the committee concerning my agreed departure time. And the chairman states, honourable members, this is Mr. Robert Paul O'Sullivan, who's going to be with us from now until 1 o'clock. And then he carries on with some other stuff and he says, we'll hand over to legal counsel to conclude with Mr. Paul O'Sullivan and then we will release him at 1 o'clock. So
yeah, but the email you wrote.
Please let me finish.
No, I'm saying, no, wait, Mr. O'Sullivan, wait.
Let me finish, because it says here, at 12:25, when I was already starting to feel lots of pain, I stated the following, O'Sullivan, I need to go in 35 minutes to go to the airport. Chairperson, yeah, so that somebody else says he has a flight to catch. I said, I have a flight to catch. So you're saying that I didn't mention about the flight to catch?
No, let's go there. It's not properly covered because you also do not attach any travel details around your traveling.
Well, as it happens,
And also you have written, you have written an email to the evidence leaders and you said you must leave not later than the 14 hours. When did your flight detail change?
So if you have a look here, again, we're going to be debating this for a very long time. I've given the communications between myself and the evidence leaders. And I said here, good morning. And this is now the message I sent to the evidence leaders on the 26th. Good morning. And the good news is that I managed to get a few hours sleep and I will see you at 0900. I need to leave no later than 1400 for the airport.
Exactly.
Let me finish, please. Underneath that, I said NB. There was a typo in that message. It should have read that I needed to be at the airport by 1400, which would have meant leaving by 1300.
No, it is my take that the typo explanation.
Mr. O'Sullivan, you know you have been reprimanded since this morning that you don't have to shout.
I know, I'm just in a lot of pain, Chairman.
Yeah, we understand, but just for you to say it the way you have said it now.
I'm sorry.
Apologize. Look at him
I'm
in
sorry.
the eye and apologize.
Look at me, please. I am sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Is your last minute?
Yeah, it's my last point, Chair. Look, my view is that this apology is just a damage control for the mess you have caused for yourself, because even the pain you are talking about, you'll recall that in the first appearance, we had allowed you to go because you were in pain. So it would have been sensible for you to raise the same concern with the chair, then we would have made the same arrangement. So there is no such a thing as a pain. You are just doing a damage control for what you have done. And In our view, you were completely in contempt of Parliament, and therefore you are going to suffer the consequences of your actions. Thank you.
Mbalo, if you can create space for the conversation to have eye contact.
Yeah, no, thank you, Chair. No, Chair, I think as the first point, I agree with the latter speaker. Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, what you have done has never been done even by the state president. Even when the president is under a hostile environment in Parliament, they've never done what you have done to us, because they understand the constitutional mandate of Parliament, and two, Parliament is the highest organ of state. So you did the unprecedented. The apology that you wrote to us, I agree with the latter speaker that is nothing but a concerted effort to escape liability for your actions. And that apology can never be enough up until you apologize to South Africans, because Parliament is a democratic institution which is constituted by representatives of the people. So you provoked many South Africans on that day. You did not only provoke us, because this is the People's Parliament. We are here for the people who are carrying the mandate of the people. So we'll never accept any clandestine apology. An apology must be submitted to the people of South Africa, not to us. I'm giving you this opportunity, and if you choose to swallow your pride, that is not going to take the criminal aspect, the offense that you committed on that day, because you committed a criminal offense. But now I'm giving you an opportunity to swallow your pride and apologize to South Africans for undermining their institution like you did. I'm giving you that opportunity.
Chairman, I made the apology in writing. I've read out that aspect of it this morning. I'm happy to say that I apologize to the whole country, not for undermining Parliament, but for leaving at the time I did and in the manner in which I did. But I do not believe, despite your assertion to the contrary, that I committed any offense. And that's it in a nutshell.
No, I think you have done what I've requested you to do. For your previous appearance, how much did you claim from Parliament?
Pardon?
For your previous appearance, I think you are appearing for the third time now, correct?
Yes.
For the previous appearances, have you claimed for the recent appearance?
I've not claimed. I only claimed for the first appearance.
For the first appearance, how much did you claim from Parliament?
I think it's about 80,000 rand.
For one appearance?
No, that was for 2 days, 3 nights in a hotel during Indaba Week. Indaba Week, Chairman, there were no hotels available. So in order for me to be at this Parliament, I had to book the only hotel that was available. And it's not a 6-star or 9-star or whatever hotel. It's a 3-star hotel. And they had 2 empty rooms. And I grabbed those 2 empty rooms. And they were 10,000 rand per night per room.
That amount must never be paid to you from the taxpayers' money. There must be a minimum amount, and you must never receive any special treatment. The same amount that has been paid to the previous witnesses who have appeared here must be paid to you. In fact, you must be paid the lowest amount. Your amount must be rated in accordance with the lowest amount that has been paid to previous witnesses. You were not coming to a honeymoon here. You were coming to Parliament to assist our investigation. So we're going to write to the Speaker that no amount of 80,000 should be paid to you. Thank you very much.
Honorable Malema.
Well, thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I think my colleagues actually have covered me substantially on what I had wanted to say. Safe to say that there is also an aspect which actually leaves me very much concerned when Mr. O'Sullivan actually referred to all of us, members of parliament, as crooks. I know that he tried to apologize on that one, on that comment, but it's lingering in my mind because it was to me an expression of his innermost, thinking about what he sees in front of him as members of parliament. To him, he does not see members of parliament. He sees, a group of crooks, as he actually had said. And I really take great umbrage at that. I'm struggling to forgive him on that one, unless I see genuine retraction of that statement.
What is the recourse you are seeking, Bangazita, from the witness?
I don't think that it actually warrants just a mere sentence of saying, well, I apologize. There has to be some kind of demonstrable, remorse
Yes.
on that one.
Can you make that request to him to show the demonstrable remorse that you talk about? Mr. Apollo Sullivan, the honorable member says you have not been demonstrably remorseful. You know where this statement comes from. When we met with you last week, it was raised here that you have called members of parliament crooks, and during the proceedings you later said some. And the reason why he's saying it is that after you left the proceedings, when you did an interview with ENCA, you said, after you have apologized, when you got out of the door, you apologized, like you made an undertaking that you'll apologize. But then after apologizing during the course of the interview, when there was a horde of media houses around you, you said that you apologized because you wanted to make peace in the house. And then further went on to say, I don't have time for crooks. I have a plane to catch.
I wasn't referring to members of the House as crooks, Chairman.
Who were you referring to when you said, I don't have
I
time?
can't remember at the time, but if it's been read that I was referring to members of the House as crooks, then absolutely I retract and apologize for that, because it wasn't.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because you were with us.
Yeah.
You say, I don't have time for crooks.
I think somebody made another
I have a plane
comment,
to
Chair.
catch.
I think somebody made another comment, Chair.
That is why the honorable member says now, because we are here, all of us, you are not saying it to the media. Nobody must hear you out of context. You just look at them and say, Honorable Souls, Honorable Malema, Honorable Mattheys, Honorable Mwango, up to Honorable Sokanyile. Here you say, I want to apologize for those statements, because he says there is no demonstrable remorse.
Chairman, if it's been read that way, I absolutely retract and apologize to everybody for that comment. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Souls.
Mr. Sullivan, when you walked out in the last meeting was obviously very disappointing. Furthermore, after that, you wrote to me 3 emails. In one of the emails, you spoke about my colleague and shared with me the membership declaration form of Honorable Skosana. And I'm sure you wanted me to deal with it here. Secondly, you shared with me, you praised me, and then you shared with me you joined the ANC and left when President Zuma became president, and then you joined the Democratic Alliance, and you're no longer sure about them, so you're choosing to vote for the mighty Patriotic Alliance. Now, the reason why I never responded to you is because I wanted to do it face to face. I wanted to let you understand. The reason why I didn't respond to you was 2 things. One, I wanted to preserve the integrity of this committee and show you that even us has integrity. 2, I wanted to show you that I'm a little Busman boy that doesn't need affirmation from anybody. And I'm not doing what I'm doing for claps. Mr. O'Sullivan, I want to remind you all the good work that you've done. Your arrogance and display of arrogance takes away from the focus on what you really do. But it's your choice. I urge you again, put your breastplate of righteousness in place. I leave you with this scripture. Pride comes before the fall. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. Look at me, because I'm now going to be biblical. Last week, Thursday, when you left the proceeding, 3 times I called you, and you thrice ignored me. 3 times. Mr. Paulo Sullivan, Mr. Paulo Sullivan, Mr. Paulo Sullivan, 3 times being called, thrice ignored. Do you want to apologize to the chairperson for not having heard that?
Absolutely, I didn't hear it, Chairman. I'm sorry.
The microphone, they say they can't hear you.
I absolutely didn't hear you calling, Chairman, so I apologize for not hearing you.
Okay. Look, we have come to the end of the proceedings, and I'm going to give you a chance now to say something between 1